3, 2, 1.
Fari, I want to ask you about Twitter. You discovered it, I think, less than a year ago, and you suddenly became addicted to it.
April 14th.
Huh? April 14th.
April 14th.
You remember
Yes.
the date. Brian
What
Shannon
happened was
called
that,
you up.
actually April 13th. Actually, it was April 13th. Brian Shannon called me, and I think I was just surfing the channels, taking some time off, and he said, "You got to come and take a look at this thing." And I said, "Twitter? My nieces talk with their friends on that. That's not for us."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, you gotta really give it a try. Come and take a look at it. And it's missing what you do. Somebody like you would be good at this thing." And I said, "Somebody like me being good at that? I mean, why would somebody want to get that kind of information that I do out of Twitter?" And he goes, "Just give it a try, Fari. Quit asking so many questions. Just give it a try, see what happens." So he sent me a few things to read, links, and he didn't get off the phone. He sat there until I signed up and got my handle, which is Hamzei Analytics, and he became my first follower. And I became, I don't know what is it. He had quite a bit of followers by then. But so I joined him. He joined me, and it was a different environment. I read a lot about it. I put some of it in our FAQ. And then I wrote a little email to my opt-in list, and I said, "Guys, I'm doing this. I don't know where it's going to lead me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey. Let's see if it makes sense for all of us." And I think the next day I had 900 people in.
Something like that.
And bang, it was just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then journey started. Summertime was a little bit slow. I have to be frank with you about that. I think we kind of stuck at around 2,000 followers. And then by fall, it starts ratcheting up. And today I'm at 12,000 something. So.
Yeah, over 12,000. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What is your dedication to your Twitter followers?
Well, basically, we did a study. I had a couple of my interns look into this. And, the younger ones are better at this game than we are. The SOSNet, they all were born with iPods and iPhones and that kind of stuff. The study we did was in, I think it was in September. It didn't finish until like mid-October. And maybe it was just in time for the Three Gurus event, but right before that it finished. Basically, it said that you can't be monolithic. If you just talk about one item, you're not going to go anywhere. Because people out there, they'll be interested, but there are plenty of different interests out there. Now, I was lucky and fortunate enough where I sit, what I do, my background, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I started, as a matter of fact, the summer before I talked about Iran a little bit, some of the issues in Iran. I know that was a lot of big interest to everybody, the Green Revolution. Right. So I was analyzing some of that and posting some thoughts there, and also through cousins and friends, posting things that nobody else really had that kind of access to. I love music, soft rock, classic rock from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So every once in a while, that I communicate with the music. Sometimes on weekends, for example, I'm flipping charts. I put in the background, and I started using Groove Shark to post. That brought in a bunch of people in. Of course, Three Gurus. Every time they exchange retweeted me, these exchanges have over 1 million people on their list. So my numbers will spike up. I think you need to realize that Twitter is in its infancy. They're just beginning to talk about, for example, yesterday, I think it was on Wall Street Journal, that they're talking about probably an ad platform for it. Mm-hmm. I tweeted that. I think Twitter is here to stay. If you look at social media and the way it has grown, how long it took us for computers, for example, with TV, radio first, TV first, and then second, then you have computers. Then comes iPods and iPhones type of a deal. And now you get to Twitter and Facebook. Facebook is like a country Okay, so the way this has grown is so huge. You gotta realize, and you gotta make your mark. You gotta kind of cut your niche, and you gotta serve your people. You gotta be honest. You gotta be respectful. We had to block a couple of people. It's not much in our whole crowd, but they have those facilities. You basically you do a decent job of explaining what you're trying to do, share some. I've actually used it for marketing purposes than anything else. We do have two Twitters. One is our open feed, Hamzei Analytics.
Right.
One is our private feed, where we put our trades on. Obviously, we can't mix the two, but we've come up with a way where we can keep it balanced and fair. We put in Friday quizzes there. We put in some raffles there. We just kind of made trading fun. I think we tried to say, look, trading is very risky and tough and stressful. We need to be a little bit fun.
What do you hope traders get from following you? Because a lot of them probably wouldn't have this chance without Twitter. Well, I know I wouldn't have it. Of this caliber, learning at this level of you and some of the other people that you work with. It's a pretty elite crowd.
Yes, I realize that. I think it has to go with me running the user groups in LA, Mask and Uga. Mask was market analyst of Southern California, started with John Bollinger, and Uga was trade station user group for all of Southern California. The lesson you learned there was that there were a lot of shysters out there coming in to give a talk, trying to peddle something, and very, very expensive. Will disclose it to you, so there's no refund. Okay, like, hey, buy the system for $5,000, and we'll disclose it to you. And you really get excited. You raise your hand and write that check. I think that taught me that first of all, education doesn't have to be that expensive. You can keep it cheap. Of course, you got to keep your overhead low, obviously. So your model is different, but you can keep it cheap and you can be honest, and you give people a chance to get out. If it's not working for them, if it's not for them, they can get out. We charge monthly. You don't like it, you turn it off. We let you handle it through PayPal yourself. So it keeps our overhead down. It's all automated. Yeah, I paid for the programming once, but once the program is done, it's done. So you're in charge. You move forward. I think the best part is I've come to learn actually from people I'm interacting. Now that means that we have to create a respectful community that is in par with each other, because you're gonna move it's like if you're in a boat rowing, or if you're in a freight train, you're gonna go as fast as the slowest member of that train or that boat. So we've had a couple of situations where I've noticed, and I've told people up front, quietly and very respectfully, like, for example, I don't think this is for you. You're welcome to try it, but I just get that sense that this is, you're going to have trouble with this. And then, at the same time, we've seen the majority of people do very, very well. You've seen it in the testimonies. But not just that, but they also contribute very well. Because it's interactive. It's a two-way street. It's not me talking or telling people, oh, this is what I think. No, it's interactiveness. You learn from each other. You help each other. In my chat room, God, I don't think I can trade with myself like I used to before, in the sense that now I got all these eyes watching, not just me, but they're also watching what's happening in the periphery, in terms of different names, different internals of the market, news, CNBC. I mean, before I used to always have CNBC on because I needed it. Now I don't. If something comes up, somebody's going to alert me. So, it's like being in a large trading room, a physical trading room, like the big firms have, except now you're doing it by choice. It's electronic, and you're doing it out of your place of work or place of residence. So very convenient.